Marcus came up behind me again and started to brush my damp locks. I was a bit shocked. This was not the vampire's usual routine, which was like a certain movie made a few years back. He comes, he eats, he leaves. And he's done that over and over. But now he's staying to braid my hair. I didn't even think it would be long enough to do that. Wait, now what is he doing? He was taking my ear into his mouth, sucking on the earlobe. That sensation sent shivers down my spine. I turned my head away and instantly received a hand on my throat again, holding me still. His tongue came out and looked at the scar at my neck. At least it does not look like it is new. As the years go by, it will fade, and someday it will be almost invisible. He tenderly kissed the spot. Come, you need to eat. I want you again before midnight. All of you. Your blood is like a rare vintage. If I took enough, I know I could get drunk. I cringed. It's not comforting to hear your vampiric captor talking about your blood like it's a fine wine, waiting to be uncorked. He moved his hand to the back of my neck and propelled me out of the bathroom, back to the leather couch, and flung me down onto it as if I were a fleshy throw pillow. I laid there. What's the point in moving? He would just position me wherever he wanted me anyway. See, you can learn. Oh, fuck off. Your language needs to be greatly improved. It is rather nippy in here. He walked out of my line of sight, so I could hear him talking to whoever was at the other end of the dumbwaiter before he turned his attention back to me. Do you know what first attracted me to you? You were so out of place in that gay bar. You were in physical pain. You were in a 3-piece suit that had seen its best wearable hours between 9 and 5, and you were furious. No, I would say you were seething. I could only assume that you were having a very bad day. And you made it worse. Marcus laughed and then popped back into my sight, leaning over the couch. And I made it worse, or did I? Do you really hate all of this? He ran his hand down my spine, dipping into the shallows before taking a deeper plunge and thrusting a finger inside me. I hissed in agony. Too much in too short a period of time. Marcus frowned and withdrew his hand. Then he leaned lower over the couch and kissed me gently. That was so not him. What the heck was going on? He spoke as if he was reminiscing. Of course, after I saw you in person, so lost and hurting with that sparkling, beautiful mind, I knew I had to have you. So I changed plans and drugged you instead. What did he mean he changed plans and drugged me instead? Instead of what? I couldn't get up the courage to ask that question. Marcus raised his hand and fanned his fingers, then pressed a small spot on the large Gothic-looking ring he wore. A needle-fine lancet popped out. He looked at the little weapon, admiration now in his voice. I used nothing too elaborate. I find the old tricks are the best tricks. Once it had done its work, I just stuck my hands in your pockets, wrapped your legs around my waist, and carried you out. In other words, you made me look like a drunken slut. I wondered how you carried me when I weighed so much at the time, I said. I bet the bar patrons were questioning what a pretty guy like you was doing with a fat slob like me. Probably thought you were taking me to one of those who can bring the ugliest date parties. Marcus nuzzled in close to my neck. But you were never ugly to me. I could see the beauty of your soul beneath those layers of fat. I had to have you no matter what it cost me. And your mind, it is so complex. I had to have that too. And you just called me pretty. You think I'm pretty? Damn it, no. I'm not going to let you have that satisfaction. Never. He sighed with disappointment and then bent into my neck again, just to be there, I thought. What the hell? I had hurt his feelings? If I had known for sure that it was your first time, I would have waited until you were awake. There is something thrilling about awakening a virgin whole. If I had known, oh, the debauchery I would have planned for you, and I would have been a much gentler, really. Though that still might be on the agenda. Oh, God, don't we do enough as it is? When you're old as I am, what you have experienced is just the frost on the tip of the iceberg. You will come to love sex as much as I love my sex." There was a soft ding as the dumbwaiter locked into place. I've searched this entire area, and the only opening that I could find was the elevator shaft for the dumbwaiter. There had to be another way in and out. I just haven't found it. But how else did Marcus get in and out of this place? I might have been able to be stuffed into that dumbwaiter to get lowered down here, but there was no damn way that big vampire could be. Maybe he could walk through walls. Yes, I can. However, my clothes cannot. He paused and laughed. "I'm kidding. I can't walk through walls." "Do not worry, little one. You cannot leave me. Speaking of clothes," he pulled something from out of the dumbwaiter. "I bought these for you. I was going to give them to you later, but I have noticed that it is too chilly in here to be naked. I'm sure that you would feel more comfortable with some clothing on." The prospect of wearing something other than my own flesh made me struggle to get to my knees as Marcus laid out my new clothes on the back of the couch. But my enthusiasm waned greatly when I realized I was looking at items of clothing obviously brought from the gay store. Bronze leather pants, a matching stretchy t-shirt, black Doc Marten lace-up knee-high boots, and a dog collar. I am not going to be wearing a damn dog collar, asshole. He ignored me, simply telling me the reason for his choice of color. "Bronze will bring out the gold flecks in your jade green eyes, don't you think?" He looked at me as if we were expecting some kind of loud outburst of refusal. But as far as I was concerned, except for the collar, bronze gay wear was better than stark naked any day. What? No glib comments on my shopping abilities? I gestured with my shoulders, and Marcus suddenly seemed to remember he had locked my wrists together. "Seems like I have to dress you as well as feed you." He gave a big sigh and grabbed the leather pants. I stared at him. He was acting so strangely. He was being too nice. Usually he came in, ordered his pleasure, and when I didn't provide it, took it by force anyway and used my throat as a cocktail strainer, only to leave me alone until the next night. Marcus suddenly flipped me over onto my back and pulled me up until I was sitting. He caught me by the back of the neck, moved in, and started kissing my mouth, using his lips and tongue to tease a response out of me. Oh, crap, 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 crap. He sat back with a frown on his face. "Your language definitely needs improvement." And then it dawned on me, suddenly becoming crystal clear in my mind's eye. Marcus is all teeth and fangs. He always is. There was none of this kissing and holding bullshit. "You're going to kill me," I let out a gasp. Marcus cocked his head to one side and smiled at me as if his precious child had finally done something of worth. He patted me on the head. "Yes, my little sex. I'm going to kill you sometimes tonight." Oh, crap.